Hey guys, Professor Fat Shady from the University of Trials, and look, oh, you can see, there you go, I've already ruined the illusion, right? Anyway, man, I'm kind of excited. I'm testing out completely new capture software, or at least the streaming gear that I'm using, OBS. I've been using FF Split for a little while. I switched over to OBS so I can get the green screen thing happening behind me. I only bought the green screen like 2 days ago, so yeah, kind of excited, playing around with a whole bunch of different lighting setups, and as you can see, this and the one over there, I've changed up the overlay. I got a bunch of feedback from people saying that it was blocking too much. Now, interestingly, my head might be blocking too much. So if I want to show you that track, I need to get out of the way. Anyway, so that may actually be a problem. So anyway, happy to take some feedback. I'm still fiddling around with how this all works, but I kind of like where this is heading. So it's feeling good. Felt like a need for a bit of an update. And I am Axolotl. Okay, today's video. Alright, I've been getting some requests from people asking me to do some ninja tutorials. And let's be honest, people have been asking for that for about 2 years. I'm, however, starting to learn some ninja techniques. Now, I'm still not going to give you tutorials just yet, but I found some awesome tracks on PS4 and a track creator in particular on PS4 that I think might give you a good foundation in some of the skills. They're really they're simple, they're short checkpoint type tracks, but I found them to be really interesting. The track creator here is Nugget0797. You can see it that way. Let me show you a few, because I've done a few of these today. I actually found him. I was watching a stream earlier today and I found someone. Let's go through. I think the hop, what were they? Wheelie hop. I think he's misspelled wheelie, but wheelie hop track. Let's go, and there's a bunch of reverse wheelies too. Where is wheelie hop number 1? There you are. 72 different tracks, but check out. So yeah, I'm just going to play through some of these now. Like I said, not a ninja tutorial, but a really good track creator if you guys want to check out and start pick up some ninja techniques. So this is, and I spent a bunch of time today. So obviously, red is therefore only for your back wheel, which a lot of you guys that have played around with this have already figured that out. So I'm not gonna try and beat my best, because I actually did a fair bit of play on these today. But let me just go through some of these wheelie hop tracks. But I actually want to get a half decent time before I move on, because you'll see they're not weak. I'm not gonna say this is gonna. It's more just about the control, right? Like, one of the things I'm realizing about Ninja 5.6, one of the things I'm realizing about my quest to improve on ninjas is it's about minimizing your movements. Wow, I just realized that University Trials logo over there actually fits really good. I kind of hoped it would fit underneath those banners, but that's the first time I've kind of seen that. That's nice. Pat on the back. Pat on the back, Shady. Alright, so wheelie hop 2. So I'm going to go through some of these, and then I'll do a reverse wheelie, and then I might just play around with some more. But this is kind of what I've been doing for the last little bit this afternoon, on and off, just experimenting and playing with these guys' tracks. They're really good, and it will just give you a good insight into how to approach stuff like that. 6 steps, so it's still a bit slow for me, whatever. But there you go. So as you can kind of see, they're just really good tracks to get you practicing on that consistency, and it's about more intentional movements. Right, the deeper you get into the skills in this game, the less movement you'll watch good people make. And that's sort of an observation I've had for a little while now, is that the better you get, the more intentional and more deliberate your movements become, and the less, risky they are. Like, everything is just done for a reason, there's no wasted maneuvers, it's all just for a purpose. And that's what I find this about. So even though I might fail a bunch of times, the good run that I do get, you'll see it will have very few wasted. Oh, actually, I think this one is actually a bit hard. very few wasted maneuvers in the end. And you know what? I've also found a lot of the good ninja stuff is about that instinct. Again, through repetition, knowing, you know, when you've got to do these sort of rear wheel hops, knowing where to put your rear wheel, knowing what angle the bike needs to be on, and anticipate the way that it will react once it hits a particular object, right? So as simplistic as some of these tracks seem, I find them really good to just start building up that intuition with regards to how to land and anticipating where the bike's going to go. Because that's what a lot of this is about. It's that really precise maneuvers. I found a bunch. I'm sure someone on a previous video did ask me. I think it's a smaller bunny hop. That's what I'm doing wrong. Oh, come on. Yeah, smaller bunny hop off the start, I think. So gotta lean back more to start. Lean back more to start with. Get up onto that upper ledge, still leaning. Who's that? Oh, Lander. Oh, Lander 900. Wow, man. I don't think I've seen that name for a while. Oh, come on, Shady. Oh, and what did I do today? I'm not going to mention any names because they're far more popular than I am. But I browsed around and checked out some other, let's say, exceptionally popular videos, in the sense, the ones with hundreds of thousands of views within the space of a few days, from someone who I'd never heard of before on YouTube. And yeah, let's just say that I'm very happy with the way this channel's going. The style of video, the style of video that I make. And I mean, clearly these people are smarter business people than me, because they're the ones with the hundreds of thousands of views and all the rest of it. But I just found it so hard to watch. It was just someone who, you know, they weren't trying to better themselves or provide useful information. They were simply trying to be bad at the game for the sake of being bad and for the sake of entertainment. So like I said, hey, credit to people that can do that and get paid and all the rest of it. Good luck to you. I'm happy with where I'm at, though. Sure, I'd love this hundreds of thousands of views in 3 days, but yeah, not at the expense of yeah. Each to their own, I guess. Come on. Alright. I do recall this one being hard, but not this hard. And I want to get onto the reverse wheelie one. That was it. And yes, I know there's some ninja guys out there that are telling me I'm not rotating the bike back enough. Oh my. But like I said, this is about me building up my intuition, right? I mean, because you need to be able to do this as a reflex, let's be honest, right? This all just happens too quickly for you to be you know, planning it out like you would on a medium track. You need to be much quicker with these ninjas. So yeah, it really does just come back down to that repetition and that intuition. Alright, this is I'm really disappointed. I blitzed through some of these earlier today and actually did pretty well. for some stupid reason there on like that second or third bounce, I decided not to do a bunny hop. God, it's infuriating. Anyway, but see, but that wasn't wasted effort, and I think that's the point I'm trying to make with this particular track creator, is that I think because they're so short, and because they're, I'll do this one next, reverse wheelies now, because they're so short, because they're so precise, because they're so, and look, and I would say that while they may not be within the grasp of the average trials rider, they are, I find them, well, put it this way, I find them accessible for me. Massacring this. Give me a minute to get back in the zone. Now this is a long one, by the way. I was really surprised at how, given how short the other ones were, I think I did this in about 23 seconds, but it's as hard as those other ones, if not harder, to be honest, because it's reverse wheelies. Interestingly, what I've found about these, it's actually the same technique as the regular bunny hop, and that's really hard to comprehend. But it really is the same. But what you want to do, you actually, and this is what I've been figuring out through doing this, you actually want to lean back a little bit farther than you're comfortable, because when you complete the bunny hop, the bike almost comes up and catches you. So just as you get close to that, so lean a little bit further back than I want to, see that? And then just do forward, back, and what happens, the wheel will actually sort of come underneath and catch you. And by leaning that a little bit further backwards as well, you get a little bit of extra speed boost, which will help you traverse the gap. Now, again, it's about that intuition. Get the angle right, which I'm clearly not doing. I will say, for someone like me, where this is a stretch of my skill, to be able to sort of do this and commentate and video and everything else is... you watch me struggle here, but just lost it. But I am finding, by forcing me to do these, I'm learning a lot about bike control. And again, remember, I've been playing this game for 5-6 years now. You jerk. Funnel from every one of you guys hassling me to get into ninjas. And again, I'm not gonna say I'm a ninja lover at all. Still really not what I want to spend my nights doing. However, I literally have spent my night doing ninjas tonight, so take that for what it is. And that's why I thought I'd make the video, because I was kind of sitting here anyway, and I thought, well, I'll show you the tracks that I'm playing around with. It's not going to be pretty gameplay, but for those on PS4 who are looking for something, this is my suggestion for good old Nugget, as just a good play space. And I think that's what I've struggled with whenever I've tried to take on ninja tracks. They're complete tracks, and I find with all the checkpoints and everything going on, they're just a bit intimidating, to be honest. And I'm happy to call that out, you know? I want you to see me complete this, though. I think I've only completed it once, but if nothing else, it'll show you how, again, and I like making these sort of progress ninja videos, because I want you to see how far I've come. Like, even that recovery, right? Wasn't pretty, but you can see there that it's not just a, you know, if everything goes perfect I can make it now. It's a I'm not great at it, but that is the other thing I've said about good Trials riders. It's not your ability to ride well under perfect circumstances. It's your ability to recover from crazy circumstances, right? And as you saw earlier, I'm starting to get to a point where even in these really weird situations, I'm still able to recover from things, which I never used to be able to. But again, those extra little silly bunny hops, adding nothing to the equation. So even then, I'd gone too far over. Call these intuition training. Oh, I've stuffed it. No. Oh man, that was a. As long as your head goes over the line. Look at my blank barely even made it. But anyway, whatever. That was cool. That was a cool finish. I also want to talk about the. Did that just die? I think it died. Well guys, the game just kind of broke a little bit, so I might wrap it up there. Please go and check out Nugget0797 on PS4. Awesome tracks. I've tried to check out some of the ninja ones and failed miserably, but the reverse wheelie and the wheelie hops, whatever else, or whatever the other ones were, kind of cool and a really cool place to start if you want to practice some of those techniques. And I have found it really helpful for me to start getting my consistency up. I understand the techniques now, but now it's about getting my consistency up. Ultimately, eventually, at some point, I'd like to understand the ninja techniques, not to be good at them, but to be able to teach you guys and share what I've figured out. So I'm kind of still learning, but hopefully through my trial and error and experimentation, you're starting to pick up some of the techniques too. Let me know if there's any other videos you want to see made. Otherwise, I'll keep doing what I feel like. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll keep making more. Cheers.